Say hello to the DD Audio SC4 and SC6 line output converters. The SC4 and SC6 are built with a double power supply, an FR4 printed circuit board, and a durable aluminum chassis. With features like input summing, signal sense turn-on, independent variable gains, and selectable ground isolation, the DD Audio SC4 and SC6 allow you to upgrade your sound without the need of an aftermarket radio and all of the expensive parts to make it work. To learn more about OEM integration and find a pre-configured system option that meets your needs.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Bennett here at AudioControl headquarters in the Pacific Northwest. Today we're going over the LC2i and why you should be using it to get the most out of your factory stereo system. The LC2i is an active line level converter that allows integration of your factory stereo into an aftermarket amplifier. So why choose the LC2i over traditional non-active LOCs? The LC2i can handle up to 400 watts of input power, making it perfect for all factory upgrades, whether amplified or not. It also acts as a preamp line driver. It helps you deliver up to 9.5 volts of pure clean output signal. Did you know that many of today's cars have built-in equalizers that will begin to limit or roll off deeper frequencies as volume increases? Most line level converters have no electronics to compensate for factory bass roll-off. The LC2i features AudioControl's patented AccuBass circuit that allows you to restore that bass that is being robbed out of your factory stereo system. You simply adjust the LC2i to where your bass begins to go south, and the AccuBass circuit will restore the bass to ground pounding bass blissfulness. The AudioControl engineers didn't stop there, oh no. More features include our trademark GTO circuit, or great turn on. That means it'll sense when signal enters the unit and the magic begins. It wakes up and provides a 12-volt output trigger to run to your aftermarket amplifier. And guess what? We're still not done. The LC2i has dual outputs. What does that mean to you? It means it is very useful for many different situations. The first outputs will give you a nice, solid, high-powered, full-range output. The second set of outputs is dedicated for use with bass amplifiers, providing all the signal strength needed to assure you're getting the most boom for your buck. When using the bass outputs on the LC2i, you have the option of adding AudioControl's ACR1 remote level control. Simply plug in the ACR1 and now you have the complete control over your subwoofer and exactly just how much signal you're sending to your bass amplifier. Engineered and manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest means that every LC2i that leaves AudioControl has been tested and is ready to help you get the most out of your system.
Many newer factory car stereos are now coming packed with more and more features, and finding compatible dash kits can be difficult. Many factory stereos now come with large touchscreens, hands-free Bluetooth, and even in some cases, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. These features are great until you start adding aftermarket amplifiers, speakers, and subwoofers. The NVX XL CA2 allows you to keep your factory car stereo and upgrade the other pieces in your system without having any sort of loss in audio quality or distortion. With typical OEM head units installed, you will hear a noticeable drop-off in bass at higher volumes. This is done to protect your factory woofers from being blown. However, this bass roll-off will become even more prevalent when using the factory head unit with aftermarket amplifiers and woofers. With the X-Boost technology from the XLCA2, you will be able to put that lost signal back in. That way, you will no longer have to worry about any type of drop-off in bass quality. NVX digital bass enhancers are designed and engineered to reproduce extreme bass output in your vehicle. The NVX XL CA2 is a compact 2-channel processor with active input circuitry, which allows it to accept speaker-level signals up to 400 watts RMS per channel from the factory head unit or amplifier. It converts them to high-quality preamp signals that are then directed to aftermarket processors and amplifiers. Enjoy maximum sound quality while retaining the use of the factory volume and steering wheel controls. Compared to a basic line-out converter, the preamp voltage of the XLCA2 is exponentially higher. This higher preamp output will give you multiple benefits, such as sending a clear, less distorted signal to your amplifier. Also, you will be much less likely to amplify unwanted noise, and you can set the gain much lower due to the higher quality signal coming through the RCAs. This line-out converter uses signal sensing turn-on technology. This actually will take the signal coming in, see it, and actually give you a remote output to turn on your amplifier. and it works really well to prevent any turn on and off pops that you may experience with a basic LOC. Start noticing the differences the XLCA2 can make with your vehicle today.
What's up everyone, I'm Ken from Kicker, and we're going to talk today about some of the Kicker factory integration pieces that we have to offer. We're going to start all the way over here on my left, your right, and that's going to be with the Kissel, the KISL. Now there's no magic going on here, it's just simple speaker wire input to an RCA adapter. So if you want to run high level into your amplifier or speaker level inputs to that amplifier, which we do recommend with a Kicker amplifier, the Kissel, the KISL is going to be the one to use. But if you want to run to a low-level signal, an RCA level signal, you're going to need a line output converter. And Kicker offers two of them. We have the KISLOC 1 and the KISLOC 2. Now the only difference here is the KISLOC 2 is going to give you a 12-volt remote turn-on output with no 12-volt input of any kind required. So all you do is simply hook up your speaker wire in, and you're going to get a 12-volt remote turn-on output using the DC offset off that factory or aftermarket radio. So it's a very, very cool piece, one of my favorites. But if you're dealing with a problematic factory system, maybe one that has a wild factory EQ curve or factory time correction, all pass filters, anything crazy like that, you're going to want to step up to a fancier line output converter, and that's going to be the Key LOC. Now the Key LOC is able to correct for all of that stuff. It's going to flatten that factory EQ curve out, remove factory time correction, those all-pass filters, even things that you didn't know were there, it's able to correct for you. It gives you a strong baseline that you can then run to whatever aftermarket audio gear you want. So maybe an aftermarket amplifier, aftermarket DSP, whatever it is. It gets you back to a starting point, and then you can add in your own factory time correction, your own EQ curve. So a very, very cool piece. Now additionally, the KeyLock has a 60 ohm dummy load built into it. What the heck is a dummy load and why would I want it? There are certain factory audio systems that are looking for a very specific resistance on their speaker outputs. So if you're installing, say, a 4-channel amplifier and you clip those factory speaker leads, the audio system can no longer see that factory speaker and it freaks out. It thinks that maybe the speaker's blown or there's a speaker wire that's shorted. It mutes the output. So that dummy load tricks that factory smart system into seeing the load that it needs, so it will continue to output audio for your purposes. So the 60 ohm load is built into the KeyLock. It's also built into the KISLOC 1 and 2. That 60 ohm value will work for about 80 to 85% of those smart systems that we see on the road today. For the remaining percentage, we have this product over here, and that's the KISS Load 2-channel and 4-channel version. Now this is not a line output converter. This does not convert from a speaker level input to an RCA. It's just simple speaker wire in, speaker level out. However, it is very high power. So the 2-channel version of the KISS Load is a 25 ohm load that will work for all those problematic systems. The 2-channel one is able to handle 40 volts or 400 watts of input per channel. So if you want to put the KISS Load on the output of a high-powered factory amplifier, no problem, it's meant for that. The 4-channel version is able to handle 20 volts or 100 watts per channel. Again, if you want to put that on the output of a factory amplifier, not a problem, it's meant for that.